Damn.
What do you see?
$133,000, 537.
Yeah, that's what you would have had right now. Now let's add some context. So this is really important. You see a number that says $133,000 at age 30.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a lot? Is that not? I don't know. Let's break it down. At that point, you started with $5,000 and you invested $5,000 per year. We assumed no raises, even though you obviously made more than you made at age 16. We assumed you stopped investing at age 30, which is obviously ridiculous. And you end up with 6 figures. Let's play it out. Let's take it until 40. So instead of 14 years, you invested for 24 years. What do you see?
I would have $336,000.
It's getting better.
From just $5,000 a year.
It's not much.
It's fantastic.
Again, $400 or so a month is very modest. Remember, people's income goes up typically in their 30s and 40s. And if you already are investing a little bit automatically, all you have to do is just tweak a number and it will take an extra couple hundred, $300, $400, $500. Let's do one more. Let's go to 34 years just because I want to see what happens. And then we're going to play with the other numbers.
Okay. So investing from the age of 16 until I'm 50, I would have $736,000 in my account.
Yeah. Now I want to do the full thing. I want to do a more realistic number here. So instead of 50, we're going to go 49 years. That takes you to age 65.
Yeah.
Okay. And instead of $5,000 per year, your income obviously went up from being 16 years old. So I'm going to pick a number out of thin air, and I'm going to tell you how I picked it. I'm going to say instead of $5,000 a year, it's actually going to be $30,000 per year. Let me tell you why I picked that. In your early years, you don't have as much money, but you were still investing a little bit, which shows that you're dedicated. As your income goes up, you're going to start proportionally continuing to invest. So at a certain point, your income will be really high, and that will bring that average up. That's why I switched it to $30,000 per year. I actually think this is quite modest, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. So here we have someone starting investing at $5,000. They invest $30,000 per year. Okay. They grow it for 49 years at 7%. Do you know the math?
No, tell me.
$12,303,000.
So that's me starting with 5K, gradually ratcheting it up until I'm investing 30K a year per average across those 49 years.
Yes, which is a flaw in this because it's so simple. Yeah. That money invested, you're not actually going to invest that much early on. You'll invest more later. Yeah. So you'll maybe have a marginal amount less, but we're talking 10 versus 12 million. That's a lot of money.
And then if I got 8% instead of the 7%, I'd have 17.4 million.
Yeah, but don't mess with that. Because this is what people do. They go, well, if I got 13%, I'm going to invest in this PE fund. I go, don't do that. You're going to lose all your money. Just stop. Yeah. 7% is safe. It's conservative. That's why I am here. That's why I want to encourage people. You don't need to juice your returns. I hope you do get 8%, but I don't want you to count on that. I want you to count on safe, stable returns. And what matters for you is the time you started early and the amount. You have a considerable amount to invest.
What about the richest people in the world? You know, we think of the Warren Buffetts of the world or the Charlie Mungers of the world who ended up becoming the richest investors on planet Earth. Yeah. What was their strategy?
I'll tell you. Let's talk about Warren Buffett. There's a friend of mine, Morgan Housel. He wrote this amazing article.
I love that book.
Yeah, The Psychology of Money. He wrote this amazing article about Warren Buffett. If you look at Warren Buffett's returns, he started investing at a very young age, and the money compounded. Again, it's like putting the turkey in the oven and letting it sit there, not just for an hour, but many hours. In his case, 60 plus years. He has made over 99% of his wealth happened over the age of 60. Okay, think about that. It's all because he started investing so far ago. And what is mind-boggling is that you don't need a fancy strategy. You don't need to be picking individual stocks. You don't even need to be a genius. To make a lot of money, you do not have to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to remember a few key things. Start as early as possible. Okay? And if you're not 16 years old, if you're 30, 40, even 45, okay, start now. Second, invest aggressively every single month. That's critical. Third, keep your costs low. 1% in fees is going to take 28% of your returns. 2% is going to take over 55% of your returns. Keep your costs low. If you do those things, you will have more money than you ever imagined.
What are the attributes of someone that's probably going to be poor in 30 years in terms of their relationship and their behavior with their money?
Easy. They don't invest. They feel overwhelmed and anxious about money, and they talk about it all the time, but they've never read a single book about money. And there's these deeper attributes they have. Only rich people invest.
They think that.
Yeah. And that's why I'm here. I want everyday people to know, just like me. I started off, my parents immigrated from India. I had no special investment knowledge, but I had two parents who were educated and encouraged me and said, learn this stuff. Here, we'll do it together. And that was a gift. Everyday people can build tremendous wealth, which in and of itself is impressive, but it's even more impressive when that wealth is used to live a rich life of adventure and spontaneity and generosity.
Some of the stats I pulled out from your book, about 25% of people who make $100,000 a year plus are still living paycheck to paycheck. According to a recent survey of millionaires done by the US Trust, 83% of the wealthy say their largest investment gains have come from small wins over time rather than taking big risks.
Yes, this is counter to everything we see on TV, because on TV, it's really boring. What, are you going to look at my Vanguard account? Oh, wow, compounding 7% per year. It went down 8% last year and it went up 9% this year. So boring. So we see these cool stories of business owners, and we're both business owners. It is cool. But a tremendous amount of my own wealth will come from low cost, long-term methodical investing.
That's like a rule of life, isn't it? That the real returns, in reality, the great returns come from patience and consistency and things that really aren't sexy. Like, they're not Instagrammable. If I post on my Instagram today, hey, I've got some advice for you guys to become wealthy, and I go, need to invest in this fund, and just leave it there. But if I go, listen, I've got this new NFT collection or cryptocurrency coin that's going to make you 1,000,000% this year, people are going to go all in. That's just like something within the human condition where we want big returns with little effort and today.
We want to get rich quick.
Same with a six-pack. We want the six-pack abs in 10 minutes. We don't want six-pack abs with diet restrictions and 9 months of work. That's not.
And that is why I have a lot of compassion for helping people unlearn some of the messages about money, because we all have them. We all have the equivalent of, I want six-pack abs. But we also have something in life that we've spent time to get really good at. And we know that the secret is basically consistency. If I go ask someone who's an amazing cook, hey, I want to cook like you, how do I do it? What are they going to give me? Use cinnamon? No, they're going to say, get in the kitchen and cook every single day for 5 years, and you're going to learn about when to use salt and when to cook it for longer. Fitness, you want to ask someone who looks really good or feels really good about their body, they're going to give you some secret workout? No, they're going to say, I show up when I feel good. I show up when I don't. I show up.
Let's think about the people that might be listening now. So there's going to be someone that is they're a bus driver, or they are a social media manager. They are a cleaner. They're a teacher. They are a personal trainer. Mm-hmm. If your job was to make that person a millionaire in 20 years from now, whatever age they are right now, and you were their financial advisor. Yeah. In fact, you were controlling all of their personal, professional decisions. Talk me through what you would do with that individual at a very detailed level.
I would do a few things. Number one, that the most important things I would do would be set up automatic investing and be aggressive about it. 2, they have to increase their income.
Okay, I'm going to be that person. I'm going to embody that person that I just described. So increase my income. I'm a personal trainer.
Perfect.
Okay, so what shall I do?
All right. You're a personal trainer. So first off, I would say, how much are you charging? How are you finding your clients? We talk about that. And let's say you're charging $100 an hour and you have clients, they say, how long do they stay on average?
That's exactly what I'm
2
charging.
months. Perfect. Great.
They stay longer than 2 months. I'm very good.
How long do they stay?
3 months.
3 months. Wow. Okay. You're very good. All right. So your average client is worth few $1,000s.
Yeah.
Great. So you're making, let's say, $60,000, $70,000 a year. All right. The first thing after I understand all this information, I would say, all right, we're going to double your income. How are we going to do that? The first answer everyone gives is I got to find more clients. Okay, you should. You should ask your clients, hey, I've got a few slots available. Who would you recommend? So you should get more clients. Second, you're going to listen to your clients and you're going to say, what else are you looking for? I know you've got your fitness journey you're going on. They're going to tell you, I've got a 10-year reunion. I want to plan for that. Another person's going to say, gosh, I know I should be eating healthier, but it's really hard for me. So you're thinking about it. Here's what you do. You create, you package up meal planning services. You can either do their macros for them and charge them a little bit extra. Let's say an extra $200 a week or $200 a month. You can also partner with a food delivery service and you coordinate with that company to feed over their macros and it gets delivered to them and you take a small cut. Right there, you've added thousands and thousands of dollars per year per client as long as they stick with you. In addition to that, you can do group sessions. So you go, hey, I'm going to do a weekend session. I'd like for you to invite your friends. Invite them for free. And of course, of the people who come, let's say you get 15, 20 people to come. You do a free little session on Saturday. You go, I'm a trainer. I work in Soho. I have 3 open slots. That's how you're finding new clients now. So you're doing 2 things. You're finding new clients. You're increasing your average lifetime value per client. Okay. That's 2 things. Now let's do one last thing. Let's increase the duration that they stick with you. They're sticking with you for 3 months. Give them a special offer to stay with you for 6 months. So when they sign up, they work out with you for a month. You say, look, it's $100 right now. If you stick with me for a 6-month plan, I will give you my sessions at $95 per plan. You'll save X 5%. 1, 2, 3. You've increased. And if we did the math, you may have doubled your revenue. You certainly boosted your profit in a huge way.
A lot of that's about making sure you're getting a better return per hour you spend at work, but also making sure all of those hours are full, but then doubling down and making sure each hour, because that's your currency when you're a personal trainer, you're trading in your time. I need to make the most from every hour I spend. I've thought about something recently as I've been writing my new book, The Diary of a CEO, which I've written these 33 laws for building and becoming great, essentially. It goes across marketing and business and whatever. And one of the chapters that I investigate is this idea of making sure your skills are on the right market. So my company went public. And one of the things that I came to learn from sitting with investment bankers for many, many years was that if you put a company, the exact same company, let's just say it's, the company that make these silver mugs in front of me. If I take this company public on the London Stock Exchange, I might get, for example, 4 times revenue. If I take the exact same company and I list it on the New York Stock Exchange, it will be valued at 8 times revenue. Yeah. It's the exact same company, exact same people, exact same business, just moving it to a different market. And upon leaving the social media marketing world when I was 27 years old, one of the first calls I got was from a biotech company ran by a billionaire friend of mine that was going public. And they brought me in. And on the first week, when we were discussing what they might pay me, I'm thinking they can't really pay me in cash because I've got enough cash. I don't really need that. They can maybe give me some stock. Their offer to me for my skill set was $8 million, roughly $8 million in options that I would earn in 9 months from taking the company from where it was, building out the marketing team, handling their storytelling, and taking the company public, which we did at about 3.2 billion valuation. Their offer was $8 million in options. I reflect on that and go, I'd spent the previous 10 years using the same skill set to sell consumer goods like dresses and iPhones for Apple and Logitech and big fashion brands. I took the same skill set and applied it to a market and industry where it was rare. Biotech people know nothing about Reddit and Twitter and Facebook and social media. So my skill set was rare, scarce in that market, so it was incredibly valuable. Yeah. And I think about this a lot with especially as this AI thing rolls in. I think people should be looking